So tonight's homework is all about finding theme in fiction. At the end of this video, you'll have a better idea on how you can write a written response of the theme of a fictional text and how to support your idea of theme. Let's get started. Don't forget to look for that pencil. So how to find theme? Well, first, what is theme? Theme is the lesson you should learn from the story or the author's message from the story. You as the reader have to infer. Infer means to read between the lines to figure out the theme. Remember, the theme is implicit. We learned that from the last video. It is not specifically stated by the author. The author does not state the theme in the story. You have to be a super sleuth or a detective to figure it out. Yay, look at the detective guy. Whee! Okay, themes are also bigger than the story. So, for example, Tim hated his old baseball glove. He wanted to play with a new glove, but he didn't have any money, so he decided to steal it. But when Tim got caught stealing the glove, his parents said he couldn't play baseball all summer. So what were you supposed to learn from that story? What was the author's message? If you said don't steal, I want you to think bigger than that, because this shows that you understand the story, but you're not showing higher order thinking. Think more in terms like the theme of this story is that if you want something in life, you should work for it. That's a bigger overall general statement instead of just don't steal. So instead of that, he should have worked hard to get the money to buy the glove, and then he could continue to work hard and play baseball all summer. But as a result of his stealing, he lost all of those opportunities. So think bigger than just don't steal. You need to be able to support your ideas as well. So identifying themes. Themes are not explicit. They are not clearly stated. They are implicit. They are implied. Those two words are the same. Implied, implicit. Think about how they are mimicking each other. Themes are bigger than the story. So small world of the story, big world of the theme. So it applies to the real world. It applies to not just the characters in the story. It applies to all of us. So small world of the story to the big world theme applies to the real world. So even if you're reading a science fiction story, what is it that you're supposed to take away from your science fiction story? Something that is a real world option. All right, how do you find theme? Take a look at your topic sentence for your plot paragraph. Did you use that name it, verb it, big picture strategy? Odds are, if you did, take a look at your topic sentence big picture part or section. That should theoretically be the theme of your story. Can you find textual support or a quote from the story that supports your idea of theme? It could be a quote that is about the characters, the setting, the plot of the story. As long as it relates to your idea of theme, it will help support it. I would really suggest that you try to find 2 different quotes that support your idea of theme. Honors, that is an expectation, that you can at least do 2 to 3 quotes. Regular students, you're looking for 1 to 2. If you can do 2, you're awesome. You're shooting for an A. So more on how to find theme. I'm using Hunger Games because I feel like it's maybe one that a lot of us have read or have at least seen the movie. Example topic sentence. The novel The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins explores the concept of protecting your loved ones at all cost. So I'm going beyond the small world of the story of, District 12, District whatever, and I'm going to the real world and how I can interpret that for my own life. So here is my idea of what the theme is, big picture. Now, obviously, there's lots of themes you could pull from this novel, especially about government, utopia, dystopia, but for now, I'm just using this particular idea. So now I need to ask myself, are there quotes from the story that we could use to support this idea? So how do we structure that theme paragraph? Step 1, use that name it, verb it, big picture strategy to state the title of the story you're discussing and the theme you've settled on. You can actually go ahead and just use the one that you've already done for the plot paragraph and use it here because it should work just the same. Identify some words or words that the author has used throughout the story that helped you identify your theme. This goes beyond just using your quote or textual support and showing that you're looking at word choice and word meaning to help identify what you've settled on. Step 3, add in a quote or 2 that supports your idea of theme. Step 2 and 3 could be interchangeable. Bottom line, make the paragraph flow and make sense while you're explaining your understanding of this real-world advice from the story and how the quote supports it. Step 4, cite that quote so you're not plagiarizing. And then finally, step 5, explain how that quote supports your idea of theme. Remember ICE. introduce the quote, cite the quote, explain the quote, and you should be good to go. Try to find a quote or two. Remember what I said. Honors, that's an expectation. You should be able to find 2 to 3. Regular language arts students, if you can find 1 to 2, I'd be okay with that. All right, we're finished. That one was a little bit more short from the other ones. You are needing to do your summary and your hot question for tonight. Theme is a hard concept, so if you still have issues and are struggling with this, I fully understand. We're going to continue to work on theme throughout the year. All right, thanks, guys.